Welcome back, everybody, to the grand finals of the World Series of Sealed. It's time to determine our champion between StrifeCro and Zalae. Two players have battled out over countless hours by now. It feels like we've been here since the dawn of time. But we will have to crown a champion in just 5 games or less. Let's see who's going to do it between Zalae and StrifeCro. After seeing those first games played out, do you have any player that you're feeling?
No, not necessarily. Both these players, I mean, the last series went to game number 5. They're going to use the same decks. It seems like they both have 2 pretty strong decks, and then one deck that has that struggled a little bit. And after seeing the rest of the Shaman deck from StrifeCro, which I thought was his weak link, he's got some really great cards in there. He's got Hex, he's got Fire Elemental, some great cards, and Zalae just doesn't seem to be able to put together a win with that Hunter deck. Yeah. So that's probably still going to continue to be his weak link moving into this final best of 5.
Sure, makes sense. So taking a look at how the lineups end up panning out. For anybody just joining us, because we know some people may have tuned in during the break, StrifeCro and Zalae have effectively tied at this spot right now. So the winner of this match, chips kind of don't really matter anymore. Whoever wins this match is the champion. StrifeCro, once again, will stay on Shaman, Mage, Warrior. Zalae on Paladin, Priest, and Hunter. Really cool that 6 different classes represented here. No drafts, once again, no changes to decks. Just what they've done the same last thing, but we've had an opportunity to take a break and reset our minds.
Yeah, exactly. And the prize pool, of course, $3,750 to first place and $1,250 to second place. So quite a big difference in that prize pool. So
the difference of $2,500.
Yes.
Not bad.
Which is
for a day's worth of work.
You know how many Hearthstone packs I could buy? Jeez.
Yeah, you could. You definitely could buy a lot of packs, but the most important thing is, would you be able to buy like an entire golden collection?
No.
I think it's close.
It might be close.
It's close.
You can at least get golden Cthulhu. At least.
You already get free normal Cthulhu. You don't need to spend it on. I guess maybe if you really like golden Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I don't want to shame people for spending money on things.
Yeah, so one guy's out there is like, you know what, the first thing I was going to do is craft Golden Cthulhu, but now I'm not going to because Dan made fun of it.
I want a Golden Yogg-Saron because that card is awesome.
Yeah.
StrifeCro is going to start off on the Warrior deck, which has a lot of those late game bombs. If you can remember the Foe Reaper 4000, the Sneasel Shredder. But that's going to be very late into the game. For now, he's just going to stop the aggression from Hunter. This is an excellent choice. Warrior still has the edge over Hunter if it can stop the aggression early on.
Yep, very true. And like I said, this Hunter deck from Zalae seems to have some weak spots. We didn't see the ball of spiders before. That might have changed my mind changed my perception of this deck if I'd seen the ball of spiders earlier.
Yeah, and you know, TJ might sound like he's joking, but he's not. Ball of Spiders is a really strong late game card, assuming it gets to that point.
Yeah, we've seen him sort of run out of steam. Oh, the Inner Cavalier again. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, the Death's Bite is most likely going to clean everything up.
You're still going to be able to put some damage in, and I guess the Warbot coming out on the other side makes things a little bit more complicated.
It feels like the Injured Cavalier is the same as a 2-2 versus a 2-4 right now. It's the fact that it's just a minion that doesn't die to like the Warbot is probably.
Well, it'd be a 2-1.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like if the Injured Cavalier was the same as a 2-2.
A 2-2,
minion,
okay.
It's kind of like the same in this scenario.
Yeah.
StrifeCro is just going to kill it anyways eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's killing off that because he knows that it challenges the Warbot. Knows, okay, you know what? If he has Houndmaster, I'll just shield block, shield slam, and deal with it afterwards.
Yeah, oh man, this would feel pretty, not terrible to Spellbreaker, but you have to know that there's so many other great targets in this deck to use the Spellbreaker on, but I don't know if you can break curve just a hero power and pass on turn 4.
He didn't see it. He didn't see the sneeze. He saw the Frodan Berserkers kill him.
Yeah.
So in his mind, it's like, yeah, I could save it, or I can develop a 4/3 minion and prevent this Warbot.
Did somebody say Sneeds?
I did.
Okay.
I was thinking.
I was waiting for someone to
I was
claim
really
it.
hoping that you would say, "Did someone sneeze?" or something like that, and make it a good pun, TJ. Very close. Very close.
Nope, it's too late for that. Especially since Shimoni was calling it a Schneeds for so long.
Oh, is that why you said it? I thought I swore that I was like I
You're
heard
going
someone
crazy,
say
and I was
it,
just saying.
and I was like, Did he just accidentally say it? I thought,
Yeah.
you know, all of a sudden you turned like German or something. Okay, well, that is a nice. That is a good, pretty decent ability to play King of Beasts and then trade into the Frodan Berserkers here. Instead, he chooses the Deadly Shot. Okay, so he wants to fully clear the board, preserve his minions, and then go for a little bit more value. That's fine, too, because King of Beasts after Ball of Spiders can also be very threatening.
Yeah, and StrifeCro's already down to 15 health. He's got shield blocks to bring him back up, but shield blocks don't kill things. They kill things in combination with Shield Slam, but they don't kill things by themselves.
Yeah, you know, this is like it's really annoying to see all these minions kind of pick you apart, and you have so many late game minions. All right, let's
Ball of
see
Spiders.
it. Ball of Spiders, which does die to a whirlwind effect. But is that really what you're concerned about? I think you're really concerned about the beasts on the other
If
side.
he uses a whirlwind to take out your web spinners, I think you're pretty happy about that use of resources.
Okay, now we have an opportunity for King of Beasts to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is a 6/6 taunt minion for 5 mana.
That's pretty strong. And then you can trade in your board if you want. You can use a quick shot, but I think you just go face here and weave in this hero power because you got that burn in your hand. You know that your opponent's not going to be able to get through everything this following turn. He does still have the whirlwind effect.
Wow, so essentially, Ball of Spiders is just turning into muster for spiders.
Muster for
Attacking
spiders. Yeah.
All right, shield block. Try to keep yourself alive here, and execute would be great. Oh, no shield slam or anything to deal with that. So he has to use the Boulder Fist Ogre.
And if he uses whirlwind along with the Boulder Fist Ogre, he kills off his own Boulder Fist Ogre in the process, and that's a lot of beasts.
Wow, and another web spinner.
Infinite value.
The cycle of spiders continues.
Yeah.
Not bad. Pretty strong minion. You can also develop smaller minions to try to prevent your opponent from, you know, picking apart individual targets. Like if you play a Fossilized Devastator, you give him a chance to get one target removal, like on top.
Yeah. And now it's going to be tough for StrifeCro to climb back. Even if he does draw that execute, like you said, it's not going to be that big of a deal right now. He needed it last turn. Foe Reaper can do some work, but I think he's dead. He can go up with 7 health with Shield Maiden plus Armor Up, so that'll bring him back up to 15. 7, 8, 9 plus 4, 13. Nope, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead because he doesn't know about the quick shot. But
I think he's just dead on board. No, not
no,
quite.
he's not dead on board. It was 13 damage.
Yeah.
But the quick shot will certainly solidify it. So pretty quick game number 1. Hunter getting a very important win out of the way here. This was the Zalae's weak point last series.
At least it felt like that, yeah. And since they're playing the same decks, it's going to feel really good for Zalae to sort of get that win out of the way and make room for the Paladin deck, which we both thought was incredibly strong, and the Priest deck, which is hit or miss, but seemed like it had a lot of elements that could allow it to take wins relatively easily against perhaps like the Warrior or the Shaman.
Yeah. You know, Zalae's not messing around. He could have gone for a lot of BM Flare. Could have pushed in his web spinner, see what happened, maybe kill him with the King Crush.
Yeah.
Could have gone for the King of Beasts to show I got a second one, just to kind of BM him.
He's in the zone, though.
Yeah, it's all business. He says, you know, I don't even think he'll pick Major Domo again to give him a chance, which scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a world where picking Major Domo is not the right line of play.
Yeah, well, he's got the museum curated, and I can imagine he's just going to keep that. He's already got a Dark Cultist. He doesn't need another one. Come on, you kidding me?
Yeah, it's very, very strong. If he can get Museum Creator into a very, well, he's got 2 Dark Cultists.
Now he doesn't need 3 Dark Cultists. So
Yeah, now there's
narrows
no
it down.
excuse.
Now there's no excuse. The third one's got to be something completely bogus. It's like Slag.
I mean, I'd be okay with a lot of things. Anything for 4 mana and above is usually good. Mechanical Yetis are good.
Sludge Belcher is great.
Fugan is good. Sludge Belcher is great. Sylvanas is good. The Museum Curator has single-handedly made Control Priest give a lot of gas. It's like a miniature version of what Elite Starseeker does. It translates like a small thing into like a huge threat.
Yeah.
All right, double Dark Cultist is the dream.
Yeah. And as of right now, StrifeCro is not going to really be able to make use of the Mech Warper buff since he would have been able to play the Spider Tank or Harvest Golem anyway. So if it sticks around for another turn, maybe, but it's not going to.
Yeah. That's the point where you want to play a Noyotron and then hide the Mech Warper, play more minions.
Yeah.
Speaking of mechs and all that kind of stuff, Zalae does have a Mech Priest, which has proven to be pretty strong. I do like killing the Mech Warper here, playing a second Dark Cultist. Feels like the strongest ability to make sure that the buffs land.
Yeah.
A lot of times people isolate targets and avoid the Dark Cultist giving the extra health.
So hard to deal with a board of Dark Cultists.
Ooh. We saw this card earlier and we didn't comment on it, but Trogzor was a card that we thought would see a lot of play when Goblins vs. Gnomes first came out, but ended up not doing anything.
Yeah,
we actually haven't seen
flopped.
it ever.
Yeah.
In constructed history. It's a decent card in Arena for sure.
It used to be put in the original versions of, you know, early GVG hand locks. Used to throw in Trogs or the Earthinator. But then everybody realized that Dr. Boom was far superior in that 7th slot.
I saw a couple of Druids try Trogzor as well.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so Zalae ends up going for just like really efficient mana curve usage. I like it. Not trying to get too antsy here.
Yeah.
Strife has the Spectral Knight, which is probably one of the most problematic cards for Priest to deal with if Zalae didn't have Vol'jin.
Yeah. But, you know, it means that he can't really throw this Spider Tank into anything of consequence if he plays the Spectral Knight. So might be thinking about playing the Harvest Golem and taking out the Gnomish Inventor instead to try and build a little bit of a, not a better board presence, but make it cleaner trades.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Killing off the minions so your opponent has less power on board. So I like that.
Yeah.
Harvest Golem, ping trade.
And that means you're not punished as heavily. Not that he was playing around Vol'jin specifically, but you're not punished nearly as heavily.
Does make him a little bit more vulnerable to Carta, like Holy Nova. But he doesn't have it, and Zalae can just start to develop on the board a little bit more. He can kill Spire Tank, heal it, play Harvest Golem. If he's feeling okay leaving Dark Cultist as a 3-1 so it dies and buffs minions, he can play the Museum Curator as well.
Yeah, but again, similar to last game, you don't know really what you're looking for with Museum Curator, I think, at the moment. You don't really know how the next couple turns are going to play out, so you can just try and pick something that's reasonable, that sort of fits your curve, but you already have stuff to play for a while, so I think it might be hard to justify playing that over killing the minion.
Sure. You know, your turn 6 looks pretty decent. You have a Valence Chosen and the Harvest Golem. You have, of course, War Golem into Force Tank Max, with Vol'jin being the flexibility point of like trading into a huge minion if you need to.
Yeah.
So this is starting to really pan out. I think StrifeCro's in a really awkward spot from this point onwards.
Yeah. Oh, look at this cheeky little play.
Neat. I like it. But Zalae is, you know, in the end, he's still completely okay with the situation. Again, another card he doesn't mind, you know, playing and healing the Dark Cultist, or does he develop 2 3-mana minions?
Yeah, but Trogs the Earthinator could punish him. Maybe not as much, because if he plays it, just gets traded into on the board, I suppose. But maybe you're happy with having it being traded onto the board. Maybe that's something that you're okay with.
When we say Trogzor is like decent in formats like Arena, the reason why it's only decent and not like amazing is because its stat distribution is actually quite weak. It's 6/6 for 7 mana when you're expecting it to do a lot of damage. Just straight up loses to even Boulder Fist Ogre.
If you can play it on an empty board, it can win games by itself. If you play it behind a taunt, it can win games by itself. But there's a lot of cards in the 7th slot that sort of do similar things. So it's one of the reasons why. But this is a decent...
Man, if that Vol'jin didn't exist, how would you deal with the Spectre Knight efficiently? It's I guess you could have Valence Chosen it. Oh yeah, that's really good. I was thinking about it in the context of the Dark Cultists, but Valence Chosen here is very appealing.
But what does he do with the other 4 mana? Maybe just playing War Golem.
Yeah, War Golem is definitely also a viable play. It's more mana efficient, which I like.
Yeah. Because Velen's Chosen, he'd be sort of stuck in a place where he'd maybe play Museum Curator and heal. So, yeah, it looks like he might be going with the Velen's Chosen play.
Legendary minion? It is Fugin. That's one of the better cards. Dark Cultist is also pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see. Dark Cultist allows him to fit that in next turn with Harvest Golem plus a heal. So that's more flexible. But I guess Fugin also is sort of the same as Dark Cultist plus a heal.
Yeah, Fugin, just by the stats alone, is really crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so back over to StrifeCro. He definitely doesn't want to play Trogsword now. And he doesn't have the easy removal like the Polymorph or Polymorph Boar. Like, those are the two ones that really deals with like a 6/10 minion. So strong.
Yeah. Jeweled Scarab
Can pick up the Polymorph
can
Boar.
pick up the Polymorph Boar, but we'll see if it's going to.
No, he picked up the Magma Rager, the Jungle Panther, and the Death Lord.
Yeah. You guys can't see it, but we can. Jungle Panther is going to be the choice. So that's I think that's the best choice. It allows you to get sort of guaranteed value unless your opponent has a Holy Nova. Oh, but he brings it back with the useful Brewmaster.
That's cute. I like it.
Yeah.
It says, you know what? One Jeweled Scarab is not enough.
Yeah, but everything that he's throwing onto the board right now is just going to get eaten up by this Mechanical Yeti. So if he throws the Evil Heckler out there, it really doesn't block much damage. So you might as well just play the Jungle Panther. Maybe you could find some piece of removal next turn to combo with it. You don't really want to throw out a larger creature yet when you don't have to.
All right, so Zalae needs to find a way to balance if he wants to go phase or he wants to continue cleaning up the board. Priest is at its best when it can continue to hero power, and I feel like Zalae's found many opportunities to keep using Priest hero power to secure his board, which I really enjoyed so far.
Yeah.
He's done an excellent job of that. Force Tank Max is the most expensive minion, and that's probably the best tempo play. Divine Shield's not that great against Mage in general because of the hero power, but I still like it.
Yeah, and
very good.
he knows that a Polymorph effect would have been used last turn if picked up.
He has a Polymorph effect.
Oh
I love
my
it.
goodness. He snap picked it.
Yes.
You have to go for it.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 chance to land onto the Mechanical Yeti. And it's a pretty good chance that it just turns, like if it hits, it also guarantees its positive upside.
Oh man, Take Master over Spark.
One time and one time only.
Oh.
That works.
Okay,
we'll take
okay.
it. We take those.
So he's like, not bad.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, that was exciting.
That was sick.
Do you entomb the Devil Sword just to establish dominance?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, you just kill it. You just kill it and play the War Golem.
If you entomb a Trogzor, does it spawn a
That's a good question. I actually have never seen Trogzor get entombed.
Yeah, me neither. Because
I'm inclined to think it does spawn a 3/5.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe a comeback can be mounted from StrifeCro if he's able to pick up some form of AoE. I don't even know if he drafted Air of Effect spells. I can imagine he has at least one. The deck is not very spell heavy at all, as we've seen thus far. It's very minion heavy with a lot of mech focus.
Yeah, I think he's yet to pick up Pilot, Shredder, and other cards along those veins. I'd be very surprised if StrifeCro had some ticket, get out of jail free card here, and I don't think he has any. Especially if Zalae has more defensive cards like Sludge Belcher and the Arcane Nullifier, like cards like that.
Yeah. Well, Zalae's still very reluctant to use the Entomb, mostly just because he doesn't have to.
He's playing around Mind Control tag. I like it.
So far ahead.
Very, very meticulous right now. Although, maybe there's a way to get those spells. Okay, Arcane Intellect, Duplicate, and Effigy. Effigy's interesting because he knows his opponent probably want to trade stuff. Duplicate's also not bad, but your opponent is also in a position to just ignore your minions and then keep going phase.
Yeah, and Entomb is like the ultimate way to play around Duplicate.
Yeah, and Effigy.
And Effigy. Not even on purpose. Just it's a little bit risky, and you can never really guarantee. Trogzor plus Duplicate can feel like such a great tool. Actually, no, it's not even that great, but I think you got to play Duplicate no matter what.
What about saving Duplicate and playing it with Troxor.
Yeah, but then you got to spend 7 mana every turn playing a 6/6.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So you'd much rather have it on the Ethereal Conjurer and
Just keep getting
have to play a
spells.
6/3, but also keep getting spells.
Sure, sure.
But it still seems like StrifeCro is really far behind.
Will Zalae have the balls to go for the Entomb? I think he can, because he can use these. He can play this for Mirror Energy. See, it's not. He can play this for Counterspell. See, it's not, and then Entomb. No Vaporize. No Ice Barrier.
No Mirror Entity.
No Mirror Entity.
You can check for Counterspell right now, too, if you really want to on the War Golem.
Yeah, it plays the Cloak Field. Sees that it gets cloaked, and then you can Entomb. You also can just ignore it and play Draconoid Crusher. That's fine, too.
Yeah.
You've already committed 4 minions to a board. You're not going to undo this mind control tech.
I think every single play here is a winning play. Just throw out your hand. Who cares?
Eh? Okay, I was like, what are you going to Vol'jin, man?
If you can Indulgent actually look kind of similar. I thought before for a second, I was like, wait, does he have Fugan and Stalag? But then I realized, oh, that's a Vol'jin.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like StrifeCro's secret shenanigans not going to be able to carry him through here, and that's going to mean game 2 in the books. Zalae 1 game away from becoming the champion.
Yeah, and he's just got to do it with the Paladin deck, which we thought was the strongest one of his 3 decks. So having 3 opportunities to win with what we perceive to be the strongest should be a good time for Zalae moving forward.
Okay, looks like, oh, well, StrifeCro not really feeling it anymore. He was in the zone previously, but
Yeah.
having to win 3 games in a row is going to be tough. He's going to stick on the mage once again, and Zalae, quite possibly his most powerful deck, is up here on the dock.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see. StrifeCro has a lot of faith in Mage as a class in general. Very value-oriented class. StrifeCro's Grinder Mage is a deck that's very unique that not a lot of people can play at a high level. StrifeCro being one of the only ones. So definitely very proficient with this type of Mage deck.
Well, Zalae has a reasonable amount of plays early on, and StrifeCro has nothing turn 1.
Ooh.
He's got turn 2 to 6 all padded down, though.
Yeah.
All right. But this is where Lowly Squire was intended to be okay. If you end up hero powering on turn 2, it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah. And got Shattersun Cleric for turn 3, so that could be a good tool to sort of trade up. And Harvest Golem's a really great card to trade up into.
Except for the Shattered Sun Cleric possibilities. Does he want to? Yeah, I think he probably wants to go for it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's really going to ever get much more. Because you're keeping alive your Lowly Squire, and you're just taking off his Harvest Golem. So you leave your Lowly Squire vulnerable to ping, but is your opponent really going to take their turn 3 pinging off your Lowly Squire? They didn't have a turn 1 player anyway.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Yeah, you're sort of establishing dominance on the board here by playing the Shattered Sun Cleric. The only other player would have been like the Knife Juggler that just got traded into.
Okay. Shade Nax Ramus, perhaps? Or you want to ping and really take out this 3-1? Ah, tough.
Yikes.
That gives free development for Zalae. And I guess that's just a Knife Juggler. Do you want to press with Blessing of Might? I kind of want to.
Oh, you do have Ginny of Zephyr,
Okay,
so
okay.
Later on that can get so much value. Basically +6 attack, 6 immediate damage for 1 mana.
It's true. That definitely feels like a good 6 play. But I was
Yeah.
thinking, like, if you can Blessing of Kings attack twice, then you kind of made up that damage already.
Yeah.
You know? It's
Ooh.
Gormok.
Can't be used this turn, but next
Yeah.
turn may be able to. You can fit in a hero power with it, so might be able to guarantee that.
Gormok's pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's a really strong minion that does huge tempo plays if you have 4 minions on the board.
Yeah, we saw last Best of 5 series that Zalae had the more token-focused Paladin deck. He had like Echoing Ooze and Murloc Knights and Sea Giants, and Gormok the Impaler sort of fits right in there. So this is one of those like deck-building calls where you have to sort of take what you're given, and he realized that he had some strong Paladin cards. and also realized that he had a lot of those flood cards, so made the decision to go with this type of Paladin deck, which ends up being really strong. Playing around, unintentionally playing around Gormok, I suppose.
Yeah, but now this is the Genia Zephyr's time. You play it, and then you buff it to a 6/2. Genia Zephyr's becomes a 7/6. That feels really strong.
Yeah.
The alternative is to play Humility and Genie of Zephyrs, I guess, if you want to control the state of the board. But I like it. I like going phase. I like going ham.
Yeah.
StrifeCro doesn't have the Blizzard, right? So we're just gonna punish him.
Well, I mean, StrifeCro's at 10 health. How does he even deal with this? He's got no spells. That might just be it.
Yeah, his lack of spells in this mage deck could be his undoing. He's gonna play the Azure Drake, but it's not gonna stop the damage.
No,
Oh, sorry, the Evil Heckler. My bad.
Yeah, Gormok. Nope. Gormok's not quite going to be able to use. He's going to be 1 mana off being able to do that. But anything that gets through this Evil Heckler and allows him to push through damage will be enough.
Yeah, he can play the Egg, Hero Power, and Gormok next turn.
Yeah, next turn.
So right now, he can just set it up so that the Ruby Eggs won't die.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all fine.
Yeah, and then just push through.
Can StrifeCro whip out something, a miracle? Flame Strike, perhaps?
Flame Strike would just leave behind 2 4/4s.
Which is, yeah, you're right.
It's less damage overall,
So
but you're still
Frost
just dead.
Nova status.
Frost Nova and do, I don't know.
Ethereal Conjurer.
Yeah, but it looks like this
He'll
one's
look. Might as well dig. And he's got nothing else. That's going to do it. StrifeCro will concede, and Zalae is the champion, taking series number 2, and becomes the first winner of the World Series of Seal. Congratulations.
Yeah, what an impressive performance. Zalae's been dominant all day, from his mage decks earlier on, forcing a fold from VLPS, and now going to this series, dropping the first one, but then coming back to close out the second one. But, you know, StrifeCro was the chip leader all day, or the gold leader all day, so he had some impressive performances too. These guys, I think, deserving of the top 2 spots.
Yep. So a job well done, and it looks like everyone had a lot of fun today, but they're also pretty exhausted. It's been a really long marathon of a tournament. So congratulations overall to Zalae, and StrifeCro still gets a 1250 for being able to get in second place, which is definitely no chump change.
Yeah, I really like the sealed format. I'm looking forward to more events similar to this in the future. And hopefully they just continue to get more exciting and continue to get refined, and we get to see Sealed sort of dove into.
We get to see more of how Sealed has developed, but it's going to change more as more content releases and how we choose to do different things.
Yeah.
I want to get to know what the players are thinking right now. So we have people waiting by to talk to some of our players down at the stage. So let's head over there.
Oh, how's it going, guys? I'm here with StrifeCro. How was that final match?
I feel like I was getting more and more depressed throughout the series in the final match. Like I actually didn't think I could win it at all after drafting my decks. I was like really surprised I won the first series, and I almost didn't even want to play a second one. I was like, all right, there's no way I'm winning the second series.
So after that first series, the strategy that you went into in Series 1, did you try to kind of stick to the same strategy Series 2 and you just feel like you didn't really get the right cards you needed, or did you just think Zalae's overall draft was too strong for you to overcome it twice?
I mean, I didn't have a strategy. I just random the decks. It's Conquest, right? So there's not exactly like a strategy you can do for pick ban if there's no, like if I play all 3 classes. So I just randomed and kind of just winged it.
All right, well, overall, what did you think of the tournament?
It was fun overall, a bit long, but other than that, I like the breath of fresh air, I guess, from the standard whatever right now. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you like it, StrifeCro. Congratulations on second place, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. You can head on over there. I'll go through later. Come to me. That's all good. And here we have our grand champion, Zalae. How was that?
Awesome.
You feel good?
Feels so good.
All right. So after losing that first series, how did you feel going into the second series?
Favored?
You think your overall draft was just favored over his the whole time, and you knew you were going to win?
Well, going into it, I said I liked my decks, which is a lie. I did not like my decks. I felt like they were much weaker than my other drafts, but I guess that was like an unreasonably high bar, right? Like I got pretty lucky the first 2 drafts. But yeah, I said I liked my decks. I didn't, but once I saw StrifeCro's decks, then I did like my decks.
Yeah, I feel like you had some of the strongest decks we saw throughout the whole tournament, especially those mage lists. Apparently, you're just really good at this game, pulling a lot of those mana worms, and we saw a decent amount of shredders and belchers as well on your side. Do you feel like you got pretty lucky throughout the drafts throughout the day, or do you feel like a lot of it was just your overall deck building skills?
Oh, I definitely got pretty lucky. You have to get lucky to win a tournament against good players. Like, that's the way it is.
Cool. Well, what do you think of the overall tournament?
It was a lot of fun.
Cool. I like it. Well, congratulations again for winning the whole thing, guys. And again, I want to thank you all for watching the World Series of Sealed, at least the first one. I hope you guys like the poker style theme and everything here at the arena. Congratulations again to Zalae. I'm going to bring in my host, Wade, here. Thank you again.